Welcome to Coaching for Creatives with Kirsten. My name is Kirsten Call. I'm a therapist-trained life coach and a children's book author. Together, we'll get the drama out of our lives and onto the page. Let's get started. You are listening to Episode 87, Resistance is Futile. I recently got my kitten Pepper spayed. I assumed it would be easy. After all, 2 years ago we neutered Ghost, and it was barely a blip. But apparently females are different, more complicated, and to be honest, Pepper is just more of everything. More energetic, more sassy, more intense. She fits right in at my house. Anyway, I picked her up from the vet, expecting a docile kitten who would sleep through the night quietly. The vet told me to keep her quiet, to keep her from jumping and moving, to keep her from licking her stitches. I was well prepared, or so I thought. I bought a soft cone, which she wore cooperatively at the animal hospital. The vet and technicians raved about how loving and sweet Pepper was. And then I got home. The moment we entered her domain, she struggled to get out of her carrier. I deliberated on how to introduce her to Ghost, who definitely smelled something fishy and wasn't certain about Pepper since she smelled like the vet. So I left her in the carrier while I awaited a crate my husband was bringing home so we could keep Pepper quiet. So in the 5 minutes I was gone, she had somehow figured out how to get out of the carrier. She unzipped it from the inside and somehow wiggled out of her cone. She's like a little Houdini. She ran around delighted in the freedom. And so I put her in a crate to keep her safe from herself. Somehow she escaped that. So I went to the vet to get a sedative, something to keep her from hurting herself. And somehow the sedative didn't really sedate her. She just kind of acted drunk, jumping still, but in danger of falling over. So I bought her a onesie, which, of course, she somehow wiggled out of. I tried a different onesie. This one didn't work either. Somehow she was able to reach her stomach and lick the stitches. So we put her back in the crate and taped it up and changed it around so that she wouldn't be able to escape, and yet she still escaped. This kitten has always been a Spitfire. When she first met Ghost, who is an enormous 20 pounds, she was only 2 pounds, she fearlessly approached him. He was scared of her. He literally ran away from her. So it's been 4 days, and I don't know how we're going to keep Pepper down or healing for the entire 10 to 14 days the vet says she must stay down. But we'll keep trying, and I have no doubt she'll keep magically escaping. I keep telling her, resistance is futile. And it feels like she's echoing that very same sentiment right back to me. Resistance is futile. In order to heal, Pepper needs to stay still. She needs to avoid jumping. She needs to avoid licking her wounds. And yet, she's resisting the very things that will help her in the long run. Pepper is persistent, and usually that's a good thing, right? But persisting in resisting something good is not actually a good thing, right? Not at all. So that's what I want to talk about today. What good things are you resisting? What help are you resisting? What abundance are you resisting? Here are some ways to notice your own resistance and to stop resisting what's good for you and just allow it. Number 1, notice when you're resisting. When you catch yourself complaining, procrastinating, or rationalizing about something you don't want to do, that's resistance. Perhaps it's going to the gym or doing the dishes or finishing that latest revision. Number 2, write down every time you resist. Again, notice your complaining, procrastinating, rationalizing thoughts and actions. And make a list. Write them down. You can call it your resistance list. Maybe you're resisting exercise, you're resisting doing the laundry, etc. Number 3, every time you write down something you're resisting, every time you add to that resistance list, commit to accept instead of resist. Which leads me to number 4, which is change your narrative. Let's say you're resisting exercise. When you notice your resistance, write it down and commit to stop resisting. But to do that, your thoughts will have to change. Instead of thoughts like, I don't want to exercise, this is too hard. You can think things like, I can do hard things. How can I make this fun? I actually do want to exercise because I want the benefits. Or my future self will thank me for this great choice. Number 5, be open and flexible. Perhaps you're resisting eating your vegetables because you're allergic to them. So be flexible. Try another healthy food. Or you're resisting running because it hurts your knees. Maybe try water aerobics instead. I actually really love water aerobics. Be open to the possibility that your resistance is your brain trying to tell you something that will help you in the future. Number 6, practice mindfulness. Sometimes resistance keeps us from reaching our goals. Mindfulness keeps us in the present moment, doing exactly what we need to do in that moment. We can practice mindfulness through yoga, breathing, listening to music, taking a bath. There are so many ways to be mindful. You can practice mindful eating. Number 7, be persistent. You know that thing I say a lot? The things we resist persist? When something is good for us and we're persistent like my kitten Pepper, our lives are better. So, as you notice yourself resisting the good things, remember, resistance is futile. Until next time, keep smiling. If you like what you've heard, check out my Get Yourself Unstuck program. Go to KirstenCall.com. That's KirstineCall.com and schedule a free consultation today. Coaching for Creatives is produced by Kirsten Call. Music and audio engineering by James Call.